constant pressure to perfect yourself is the very thing pulling you away from peace. What if, what if, what if the endless self-monitoring, the overthinking, the need to get everything right isn't actually bringing you closer to yourself, but farther away from the experience of simply being. Right now, here with me, as you relax into your body, there is no need to view yourself through the lens of improvement. You do not need to perform your worth. You do not need to prove your value. You do not need to become flawless before you're allowed to rest, rest, rest. For just a little while, we are setting perfection down, 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 and making space, space, space for something softer, 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 something quieter, 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 something more human, human, human. We are trading the exhaustion of perfection for the quiet relief of simply existing as you are, as you are, as you are. Because perfectionism can look like admiration from the outside while feeling incredibly heavy on the inside. Perfectionism is not always about ambition or mastery. Sometimes it becomes an armor, a very heavy, heavy armor. An armor that keeps you tense, guarded, constantly adjusting yourself, unable to fully settle into your own experience. And eventually, the armor meant to protect you becomes the very thing keeping you from resting in your enoughness. So here with me right now, we are setting the armor down, down, down. Not because you're giving up on your growth, but because you are allowed to be a human, evolving, unfinished, learning, messy and tender, simply present with yourself. And maybe there is something deeply peaceful about no longer needing to constantly prove your worth. Right now, here with me, we are healing something that exhausts so many of us. The need to be perfect, the constant pressure to improve, to perform, to optimize, to fix, to prove. Your humanity is acceptable exactly as you are. Notice your body for a moment. Notice your jaw, your throat, your chest, your stomach. Notice where you hold yourself tightly. Notice the places that feel like they're always bracing, always preparing, always trying to get it right. Perfectionism often lives in the tension, in the clenched jaw, in the held breath, the tight shoulders, in the difficulty relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. The mind might hold on to narratives that say, don't mess this up. You should be farther along. You need to do more. You can rest later. And the body responds to every one of those thoughts, reinforcing the loop of bracing. What you may be discovering here with me is that perfectionism often begins as protection because somewhere along the way, many of us learned that constantly to overthink, to overanalyze, to shape ourselves into something less exposed, someone less likely to be criticized. There is no version of you that will finally become perfect enough to avoid being human. And that is not a failure, my dear sweet friend. That is life as a human. Notice the difference in your body between the stretch of growth and the urge for perfection born from self-rejection. They're not the same thing. You can grow and learn, evolve, and stretch yourself without relating to yourself as a constant problem to solve. You do not need to pressure yourself into feeling worthy. Simply feel your breath moving in and out of your beautiful body, not changing the breath, not controlling it, just noticing it. Maybe for the first time today, you can loosen the grip of bracing just a little. There is something deeply exhausting about constantly editing your humanity, trying to smooth out every rough edge and trying to manage emotion, trying to become endlessly productive, calm, successful, healed, liked. But peace, my dear sweet friend, was never hiding inside perfection. Peace lives in permission. Permission to pause. Permission to be unfinished. Permission to exist without fixing yourself. I actually think that there's something courageous about allowing yourself to be seen while you're still evolving, without pretending you have arrived at a final destination, without turning your experience into another performance, because your worth is not waiting for you at the finish line of self-improvement. It's right here. It's this breath. exactly as you are. And maybe that feels unfamiliar because perfectionism promises the illusion of certainty, of acceptance. It whispers, if I can just get everything right, then maybe I'll feel okay. The body softens through gentleness, through honesty, through presence, through enoughness. Enoughness, not perfection. Not perfection. I want you to imagine, just for right here, right now, with me, that nothing about your experience needs to be fixed. Not your emotions, not your timeline, not your body, and not your thoughts. You are allowed to simply exist here with me, messy, learning, human. There is beauty in being unfinished. The ocean does not apologize for being turbulent, and trees do not shame themselves for growing crooked, and the moon doesn't panic when only part of it is visible. And you, my dear, sweet human, do not need to become flawless to deserve gentleness. Let your body soften a little bit more if it wants to. Relax the brow, loosen the shoulders, maybe softening the belly. You do not need to hold yourself together so tightly here with me. Maybe healing the need for perfection is slowly learning that you are never required to be perfect in order to belong to yourself. Maybe healing the need for perfection is slowly learning that you are never required to be perfect in order to belong to yourself. And maybe being enough, not performing, not proving, just being is exactly what you need. Not performing, not proving, just being